Girl, today I come complete in my mind, my body, and my soul. Have you not seen the TikToks?
Excuse me?
The TikToks that I keep sending you of the two people.
I don't listen.
They're like special guy, special girl.
Oh, like good morning, girl.
Yeah. Good morning, girl. Today.
Good morning, girl. Today is good day to get up and coffee, dingo, dingo. No, I love them so much.
Personality.
And the eyes.
Dude, I love them so much. Complete in my mind, my body, and my soul.
And my soul.
Fuck.
Hi, everyone.
That's it.
Goodbye.
Oh, fuck. What's going on? What is going on?
Oh, yeah, maybe Beck can drive.
Oh, yeah?
Don't worry. That's dangerous because
Why?
then I become a liability. Then 3 drinks turns into 47.
And I love that. I love that about it.
Let's just, come to mine. And
don't worry, everyone. We're just organising
logistics.
Our plans on the pod.
When you're here. Beck will love that because she'll be like, hey, that's me. I got that exact message.
Yeah.
Wow. Unheard of.
For those playing along.
Oh, yeah, that was down there. I was like, when did we get a vase of flowers?
No, I need to
Yeah, nothing.
We are planning our plans because we're going to go dancing.
Guys, I was clinically depressed yesterday. Now look at me.
You bitch.
When I tell you I was ready to end it all
I've
yesterday.
never heard you so quiet in my life.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you while we're doing Pilates and you're just staring into the abyss. And I'm like, yeah, she's gone. That girl hates her life today.
G2G. Yeah, crazy what a bit of R&R and watching some horror movies will do to a girl. She's recovered.
Yeah, you just needed some you time.
Replenished, yeah.
We are girly pops that need our time. We need moments of silence, no social interactions, a dark room, no one talking to us. And if we don't get that, we will lose our fucking minds.
A little nap.
Yeah.
To break the flow of things, I watched Big Daddy for the first time the other night.
Have you never seen? I can't criticize though because there's plenty of Adam Sandler movies that I have not seen.
He's really funny though.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's really funny. There was like a question on Love is Blind that someone asked, and it was like, who's your favorite out of Adam Sandler or Will Ferrell? It's got to be Adam Sandler. Like, I don't find Will Ferrell that funny.
Interesting, because I would prefer Will Ferrell over Adam Sandler.
Would you?
I preferred Adam Sandler in his newer films, like Grown Ups and stuff.
Really?
Like, because there was something about like that Happy Gilmore style of
No, I
humor,
fuck with that so
I couldn't
hard.
deal. It reminded me very much of like Jim Carrey, and I hate Jim Carrey's sense of humor.
Really?
Whereas
Wow.
I preferred Will Ferrell. I thought he was like Step Brothers is the fun.
Like that's a funny movie, but like just I don't know, a lot of I don't know. Some of his stuff I'm just like, oh.
Even in like Will and Harper, I thought Will when he was trying to be funny, he was so funny.
My favorite bit in Big Daddy is when what's the kid's name? I can't even remember now. It's like some adult name.
Ben or something?
No, it's like real adult. Hang on. Anyway, he's wet the bed. Adam Sandler's character is just like putting newspaper on top of the bed, and he's like, all right, go to sleep. And so Adam Sandler goes back to bed, and the kid's just like tossing and turning on the newspaper, and it's like crinkling. Oh my God, the newspaper fucking sent me. I was in hysterics. It was so funny.
That's funny.
Oh my God, what a movie. Julian. Julian crinkling on the newspaper, trying like tossing and turning him. Oh my God.
I haven't watched it in years, so I don't remember shit that happens in it. But Big Daddy was a movie that I really liked as a kid.
So funny.
The other movie that I loved was that Richie Rich movie, and he had the McDonald's in his house.
Yeah, goals. Absolute goals.
God, that was living.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what else. I loved Anastasia.
Yeah, Anastasia's a real good one.
That was a good one.
We also watched St. Trinian's the other day. That's such a good movie.
That's a good movie. We were talking about this last week with Nikki. I loved Mary-Kate and Ashley's New York Minute.
Is that the one Yeah, I think
With Roxy
that's
and then
the
girly
one that the only one I've seen.
Dude, I was so obsessed. Like, I wanted to be Roxy because she was so cool.
She was the rock and roll one, hey? Yeah.
Because she was so cool. But the planner that the sister had, I was like, give it to me. I need it.
I need to organize my day.
Yeah. Anyway. Such great movies.
Yeah.
Nothing else been happening?
I've started binge watching the Halloween movies, so Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me joy when I feel depressed to watch people die. Like, I don't know, it just fills my cup a little. Now, Michael Myers would be on my but hear me out cake.
Okay. Interesting.
Like, if any man was that obsessed with me.
Billy the Puppet would be on mine.
Stunning. Yeah. I love that autistic man.
Yeah, I get it.
But what I don't get, right? So you've got Laurie, who's Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm gonna spoil it for everyone. This franchise has been out for fucking 50 years. If you haven't seen
fucking Halloween, like
years.
Honestly.
Anyway, in the first movie at the end, you find out that the reason why Michael Myers is so obsessed with Laurie is because she is his sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, plot twist. I was like, that's crazy.
Spoiler alert for me. Fuck.
Oh, my days. And then the second movie continues on straight from the first. And so Laurie gets sent to hospital for like her wounds or whatever. And Michael follows her there. And anyway, then you go to the third movie is like kind of completely irrelevant. It doesn't have Michael Myers in it.
Okay.
And then you go to the fourth movie and the movie is like set 10 years later. Michael is in a coma. He's been in a coma for like 10 years or something. And he gets sent from one sanitarium to another. So he's getting transported. And then while he's getting transported, he wakes up and he like ends up murdering everyone in the fucking vehicle.
That old chestnut, yeah.
And then he gets set loose. And then it follows this little girl, no, not Rachel. Jamie? I think her name's Jamie. And she's like fostered by this family. And you find out that Jamie is the daughter of Laurie, and Laurie's just fucking carked it.
Oh.
But then in Halloween H2O, I don't know why it's called H2O. I haven't just add water. Cleo, no.
Claire Holt's in it.
The condensation. Apparently, Laurie is in the movies again, and she faked her own death to get away from Michael.
I've seen the newer one.
Yeah.
I think maybe is there two newer ones?
Yeah, two or three. Yeah.
I've seen those two. Yeah, I haven't seen the original.
And then apparently I think I was reading that like movies 4, 5, and 6, they're kind of like, when they made the new ones, they decided they were separate, so they're not part of this version. I don't know. Anyway, they just made it so fucking complicated, and it's like one of those like split timelines.
It's a Star Wars vibe. Yeah.
Oh my! Who would have thought a horror movie would have been that complicated? And I'm like, how is this guy surviving through 13 movies? Yeah. He gets shot like fucking 6 times.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, I live to tell the tale.
Can't get me in my blue onesie.
God damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Controversial because I love horror movies. I don't think I've actually seen a lot of the OG.
Oh, they're so good.
Slasher films. And then if I sat down and tried to watch them, I'd be like, I mean, it's pretty common. Like, you go to watch those older films and you're like, this is shit because the production and stuff.
I love it.
I can't do it. I'll go and watch like the newer
crap, it's
iterations.
Good. Yeah.
Like Jaws. Jaws is a good example of where I watched that and I was like, what do you mean this
iconic. No, I love it. I love it. Like Nightmare on Elm Street.
That one is scary.
Piece of art.
But
Camp.
I don't think I've actually even watched a full Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but I do have vivid recollections of the Simpsons episode.
That episode.
Yeah. That Willy was terrifying.
Don't touch Willy. Good advice.
Yeah. There was like, this come up later in this episode, but I haven't seen Lord of the Flies, but I have seen the Simpsons episode.
Yes.
So I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that. Everything
Crazy.
I know is from Simpsons.
Yeah, no, I love that. Speaking of, I want to watch all the Treehouse of Horror episodes before Halloween.
Yes. See, I can get behind that.
What's really annoying, you should be able to, like on a streaming service like Disney, for example, you should be able to select episodes from different series and make a playlist, and then it should be able to play through them.
That's true. But I'm pretty sure they'll have like a Treehouse of Horror collection.
That's what I thought. They got rid of it.
Oh.
Losers. And anyway, with the collection, if you play it, it'll only play one episode. Then you have to click to the next one.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Disney.
So
it's not that hard.
dumb. I know.
It's not that
Play
hard.
automatically like every other series. Yeah, piss me the fuck off too.
My favorite Treehouse of Horror movie. When I was a kid, I didn't like the Treehouse of Horror ones. They gave me the heebie-jeebies. Like, they didn't scare me. They just...
You had an issue with the little bus gremlin, didn't you?
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
That bus gremlin and it like I said, didn't scare me. It just unsettled me. And I was like, there's something about this that doesn't sit right with me. I don't like this. But I now love it. Hated the episode where he's like goes crazy and he's like writing on the wall and shit. And he's like, something, make her... Yeah. Hated that one. But no, that's my favorite one. The bus gremlin. I reckon I am the bus gremlin.
You what? After a couple of drinks, that's you.
That's what I'm going to be channeling
Taking
today.
the screws off the bus wheel. Just being a fucking menace.
That's me after my drinks today. When we're seeing Leah. Oh dear.
How have you been anyway? What's new? What's going on? What's happening? What's new to do?
Excluding today because it's overcast, the sun's been out, daylight savings is here. All I want to do is party. This happened last year, right? And that was the first time it's really ever happened. Where the sun comes out, like summer hits. Yeah. And I'm like, I just want to fucking do some of these and dance and drink and be a menace and have so much fun. But it's hard because I know for a fact that when we plan things to a T, it's never fun.
Yeah.
But when we don't want to go or we just go ad hoc, it's the best time. So this is my task to everyone I know.
My issue as well is that like the sun is never out on the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's fucking sunny and 26 tomorrow.
I know. And then I'm sitting in the office on a Wednesday being like, I'm fiending for a drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is my task to everyone that I know. Everyone should surprise me on going out.
Absolutely not.
And then I know I'll have a good time. Watch me decline every
night. That like if you surprise me too much though, it's a hard no.
So you guys figure that out. Yeah. Find the balance with that. Yeah. But oh my god, we've glossed over it. We got tickets to the Formula 1 this week.
Oh
folks.
Yeah.
Holy fucking
I forgot that.
I can't believe that we got them and we got them as easily and as cheap as we did.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost
a steal.
Like, did we get scammed? But we didn't. Like I've checked the tickets. So we tried on Monday.
And we got real cheap accommodation too.
Yes. Like all the stars were aligning. Yeah. So everyone had said how fucking nuts it is, how expensive it is. It was through Ticketmaster, so prices went up with demand. So we were in the ballot and we went through for pre-sale. We got in straight away with Weber and we got tickets for $420 a pop. They afterwards...
That's for a 2-day pass, by the way.
Afterwards, they were being slogged for $750, literally in the same sale. Yeah, and then we got accommodation not far away for like $460 for the whole weekend, like 3 nights. Yep. Which is insane. And because then I fixate on things. So then I joined a Reddit group, like Reddit thread and a Facebook group about the Formula 1 in Melbourne. And like so many people were like, yeah, I got through and then Ticketmaster like bumped me out, or I click tickets and it wouldn't let me keep them, or like ticket prices jumped, and it was just people were paying $390 for general admission
just to be let in.
That is
just to be
crazy.
Let in, not even a seat.
So I honestly cannot believe that we had the luck that we did, but that to me is the universe saying that we have to go.
We deserve to go.
We deserve to go.
It's in our journey.
You have been well behaved this year.
Very well behaved.
Maybe the universe knew that you were going to have a depressive episode, and so they were like...
She can't kill herself yet. She's got to go to Formula 1.
This will tie her over. So I'm really excited.
I'm so excited. We have so many Melbourne trips lined up, and by so many, I mean 2.
But that's 2 more than we've ever had. No, I am very excited.
I'm saving like bars for us to go to. It's a couple of rooftop ones.
This.
Yeah.
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 You're doing that? I was trying to see if there's basketball on the Friday night.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I don't know if there is because it's March. And the season doesn't go up that far.
Really?
I think that's finals.
Oh.
I'm going to keep an eye out though.
You know what we should suss?
I'm listening.
For Feb, is Oz Open.
I also did look at that, and we don't cross over. Yeah.
That's all right. It'll probably be cheaper anyway.
Because I did have that thought as well.
Yeah, that would have been fun. That's all right. That's next year.
I also had that thought. You mentioned it.
Right.
That was my exact train of thought. Is Oz Open on while we're there? Can we go during the day? No, it's not on. Oh, maybe we'll go next year
It's
instead.
like a process map. Yeah. No. 2026. 2025. No, yeah, 2026.
Oh, we're simple
End
beings.
process.
Yeah. We're simple beings, folks.
That's it.
Have you seen Liam Payne's downfall this week?
Oh my God. You know what? It makes so much sense that Zayn was the one that held him up against the wall.
I thought it was going to be Louis.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was because Louis always been like in your face, like mouthy and stuff. But it does make sense.
It could have only been Louis or Zayn.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be anyone else. Fuck, man. So, okay. Rewind.
Wind it all back.
Rewind for everyone who has no idea what the hell's going on.
That was my rewind noise.
So Liam Payne, for those of you who don't know, was a member of One Direction. Anyway, so I'm going to give you the full timeline.
Before you kick in, what's your order of One Direction members?
Harry Styles.
Yep.
Then it would be Niall.
Yep.
Then it would be Louis and Zayn. For me are kind of equal. I've always seen Louis and Zayn as like just a package deal, right? Because they were always getting in trouble together. Yep. Anyway.
Smoking.
And then Liam was always bottom for me.
Yeah.
I always had a dislike for Liam.
Yeah.
And everything that I'm about to talk about has proven that I have a good judge of character.
Yeah, facts. Mine was Niall, Harry, Zayn, Liam, Louis.
Wow. What was the hate towards Louis?
Just rap boy.
Yeah, he is a rap boy. Like, him and I wouldn't get along in person.
No, yeah.
But I think I would fixate on him.
Just had nothing in common with that man.
Yeah. I could see myself fixating on him and being like, I want to hang out with you, but we're not going to get along.
I feel like after a couple of drinks, you'd be like, you.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah. Because I'm attracted to menacing.
Yeah.
And I like people who menace. I'm like, I want a piece of that. That looks fun.
And he has like a skater boy vibe, and that's a bit of you too.
He was a skater boy. Yeah. So in 2022, Liam Payne went on Logan Paul's podcast,
As
Impulsive.
If that was 2 years ago.
I know. That's what I thought.
It feels like that was the beginning of the year.
Right? So he went on there and he was really fucking tapped out on this podcast. He was talking really weird.
Tapped out for a fucking while.
Ever since One Direction broke up, pretty much. So in the interview, he claimed that One Direction was built around him. And then, which is very confusing because it wasn't. And then he tells this story about how he had a physical altercation with an unnamed bandmate where he alleged that someone had thrown him up against a wall. And he goes, what did he say? He goes, and I said to him, if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again. Everyone ripped him to shreds because like, who the fuck says that?
No, sorry, no one is saying that.
It became a meme. People were like using that everywhere. Anyway, so then more recently, he showed up at the Niall Horan concert, and he was in like a private box thing, but there was like fans sat just below the box, and like a Grease song was playing, that Summer Lovin'.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he starts acting all theatre kid and like serenading, because the fan, like they're young girls, they're like, oh my god, it's Liam Payne, but he's like eating into it, and he like goes up to the barrier and he's like, Summer Lovin', yeah, me. Anyway, so it was fucking so weird. So then everyone's ripping him to shreds, and then I don't really know what triggered this, but his ex-fiance Maya Henry, she then posted to TikTok not long afterwards saying that she was basically just ripping into Liam Payne. I think it started with her like ripping into the way he acted at the Nile concert, being like, he acts all supportive, but then he actually talks so much shit about them behind the scenes. And then someone in the comments was like, who was the one who like threw him up the wall or whatever? And she was like, it was Zayn Malik. Like, Liam told me that it was Zayn Malik. And then she literally said verbatim, I've heard his insufferable story so many times and he told me it was Zayn. So then fans went fucking crazy. They're like, oh my God, the tea, give us more. So then she was posting more and more videos. And then one of them, she alleged that Liam Payne had openly admitted to her that he preys on One Direction fans because they will always be loyal to him and they won't tell on him. And so that was in line with like messaging them on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter for like nudes and stuff. And then
that lines up with someone that I know of through Twitter who I think started an OnlyFans, and Liam is one of her
I think I know who this is.
Yeah, you know who.
Adelaide? She was from Adelaide? Yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so then that triggered all these fans, it was all like OG fans from back in the day who would be probably our age, maybe a little bit younger, who were coming out on Twitter showing receipts of Liam in their DMs, messaging them, and they were fans, so they were like, oh my God, this is exciting. So he would like reply to one thing or message them or something, and then instantly would be like, do you have nudes on your phone?
Hate that.
And like, or like instantly sending them unsolicited pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And so all these people started coming out, and it's just like fucking warfare on Twitter at the moment. But I'm not surprised. Like, I'm actually glad, because all of it, like, Liam's been known to be like gross, like that story you just said. Yeah. But even Liam's not the only one. I remember back in the day, who didn't have Josh Devine on Snapchat, right?
Little weasel.
Everyone, not me. Don't look at me.
Josh Devine is the drummer.
Yeah, the drummer.
Yeah, was the drummer of One Direction.
He
when
was
they were
up
on tour.
in everyone I knew Snapchat. Everyone I knew would be like, look at this that I got from Josh. Look at this. Rah, rah, rah. And he'd be messaging fans left, right and center. The stories that I know of about when they would come to Australia, like even with Zayn, I don't want to talk about it on the thing, but like the stuff that they would do.
Us sued for defamation.
The stuff that they would do, like this shit does not surprise me. At all. And like,
no, it fits what I've heard about them for sure.
Dude, literally. I mean, the shit that people don't even know about Five Sauce. Yeah. The stuff that they used to be running around doing when they were on tour. Man, these people, it's, I'm not surprised.
Speaking of men abusing their power, have you heard of young Philly getting arrested this week?
I have, and I don't know anything about it.
Crazy.
So tell me.
So young Philly is, I don't even know what kind of like, what group you would associate with him with, but he's like a rapper kind of. He's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's associated with like, what's it called? Footlooker Asylum, and like, you know, Nella Rose?
No.
You know Nella.
No. You're saying words.
You do. Hang on.
All I know about this young Philly is one day I see a video of him.
Nella.
Nah.
Really?
All I know is I saw this one clip of him doing this performance in Australia. It looked like it was a nightclub or something. And I was like, this is actually fucking sick. 2 videos down, he's arrested. And I was like, I retracted.
Literally. Anyway, he's a YouTuber. He has a couple of songs out. And that's why he was in Australia, because he was doing a performance in Perth, I want to say. Yeah, Perth. And he went to, is it Promised Land?
Oh, yeah.
The festival. Mm-hmm. He went to that as well. And he was arrested over the weekend and is accused of raping, assaulting and choking a woman in a hotel room after his nightclub show last month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And so now a lot of the brands that he's been associated with are pulling their collaborations with him, and like a lot of like Foot Asylum, for example, it's a YouTube channel. They've suspended working with him indefinitely. People are reviewing their contracts with him. And anyway, he was arrested and then he made bail, but it was on the provision that he has to stay in Australia until his hearing in December. And he has to check in with the police every single day. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. And he had to provide an additional $100,000, and he's not allowed to talk about the charges online or enter any licensed venues. So any places that have drinks.
Damn.
Yeah. So he's stuck here for a hot minute.
Just holed up in his hotel room.
Yeah, essentially.
That's nuts.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh, Coco.
And like the discourse around it is again just other men, not all men, but some men being vile and being like, oh, well, if you go to a hotel room, what do you expect to happen?
It doesn't.
People can change their fucking minds. Like,
because imagine if we flip the script, right? Imagine if we were saying to men, if you go back to your favorite celebrity or like artist hotel room and they beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
To the point where you're a vegetable.
Yeah.
What did you expect?
Yeah.
Do they not understand how like ridiculous that sounds?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Yeah, their arguments just don't make sense.
Literally. And the charges just sound so fucking intense and just, again, men fucking abusing their power and their status as a celebrity.
Because that's what it is. Because when you're a fan and you're in that position, both men and women, right, particularly the ones that are going to be trying to hang out with their or have interactions with their favorite celebrities are typically younger, right? And their favorite celebrity comes up to them and is like giving them all this attention, and then they're like, hey, do you want to come hang out? Who's saying no to that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if the Vamps had said to us, hey, do you want to come hang out? I would have been like,
I would have been topless.
I would have been there to hang out because that's what you think it is.
That's your dream.
Right? And then all of a sudden you're being bamboozled.
They're being fucking weird. And
yes.
you're like, oh, don't really like this when you're not in public. That's weird.
And that's the problem, is they're preying on fans who are looking for these interactions with their favourite celebrities because they think that they're this great person. And all you want to do is like be friends with your favourite celebrity. There's so many stories of fans who have ended up becoming good friends with celebrities. So, like Madison Beer's best friend, she met as a fan online.
That's crazy.
Kind of thing, right? One of Ariana's friends, she met as a fan. So that's all fans want. They're not trying to be fucking...
Yeah.
You know, it's nuts. And it's, male celebrities. And I think over the years, obviously, it's become... People are being exposed more and more, which is a good thing. But the P. Diddy case, I think, is going to just...
set a discourse, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, like you have the Me Too movement that changes things to the next level, and then like Harvey Weinstein, next level.
Yeah,
P. Diddy, I think, is going to change the way that people view, particularly male celebrities and their interactions with them. And if you're offered like what you think is a dream scenario, people I think are going to read between the lines a little bit more. And other instances like Liam Payne, they're going to come out because people have had enough. People are sick of.
I'm glad that like the police took this so seriously with young Philly, and I'm glad that they pressed charges and like went ahead with it and everything. Yeah, because I feel like if you had a case like this 5-10 years ago, wouldn't have even made the news.
And that's what I mean. Yeah, like
slap on the wrist and that would have been it.
Exactly.
He'd be in the UK. He'd be back in the UK by now.
Yeah, he would have been able to pay his way out of it, and it would just be like Chris Brown, where you can't come back.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. Chris Brown is a whole other fucking story, but anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Liam Payne. And I wonder if other people are going to be ripped to shreds. Like, I wonder
with young Philly as well, it'll be interesting to see how like his close group that he like does work with and is friends with, like Chunks, for example, he's like very, very religious.
Interesting.
I think maybe like Islam, I think.
Yeah.
And so like very strong in his beliefs, and it'll be interesting to see how if he at all responds to the charges against young Philly. But I don't think anyone's come out and said anything about it yet.
Yeah. They probably can't.
No.
Because of the court case.
Because it's pending,
Interesting. Well, in a complete 180 in terms of mood, Nobody Wants This has been renewed for a second season.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Not surprised, thrilled, over the moon, so happy about this. Erin Foster, so her and her sister, this story was based on Erin Foster, the lady who wrote the screenplay. And then it's based on her, like real life story with her and her husband. and her and her sister actually have a podcast.
Yeah.
I've only seen a few clips on TikTok, but they were saying that they've been in like the writer's room for the last for like 2 or 3 weeks now, so it's like just started
Stunning.
the process. So I'm very excited.
I love that.
Right? I want this to never end.
I know.
So that'll be good.
Unreal.
So let's jump into Love is Blind because we've both watched that. Unless you've watched anything else that you want to.
No.
Okay. Let's jump into Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
So last week we covered episodes 1 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're covering episodes 7 to 9 because that's what came out last week. And so episode 7 to 9, they've left the honeymoon. They're now living together in apartments back in DC, and they're like having to go to work together. Not together, sorry. They're having to go like back to work. They're meeting each other's like friends and family. They're just assimilating back into their normal lives, and that's when you really start to learn who these people are, right? So Hannah and Nikki D are living together.
Nikki D,
and
Nick.
He comes from like living at home. His parents pay for everything for him, and whereas in contrast, she's extremely independent. And they have this one conversation where they're sitting down, and she's like grilling him. She's like, they're talking about like groceries, like how they're going to split their bills, who's going to pay for what. She's like, you're currently on your parents' car insurance, so if we get married, are you going to come onto my car insurance, or like what? And
he's like, what are the benefits of me joining yours?
She's like, independence.
You paying for your own bills? Like what?
That was because if I was her in that instance, because like truly he's got it so good where he lives at home, his parents cover everything, he doesn't have to think about anything, and she's really across. She was even talking about like investing in stocks and stuff all the time, and he's like, what the fuck? If I was her, I think that would have made me break up with him.
Yeah.
Because nothing gives me the ick more than a man who doesn't have independence. Because this is how everyone's always like, yeah, but you've got to train a man. You've got to train a man.
No, you don't. That's
no
not
one
my
had
job.
to train me.
That's not my job, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like
you have a brain. Google exists.
Yeah, like I'm coming into a relationship as a fully fucking fledged adult who can do my washing, who can boil pasta, pays my own bills, has my own insurance. It's just like
living, though. You know what I mean? Like it's not like...
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't have to train someone in how to do that.
But like, why am I expected to come to the table fully fledged as a fully fucking... I'm fully cooked.
And being a coach.
Right? I'm fully cooked, and now you want me to babysit so-and-so?
Yeah.
That would frustrate the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Their dynamic in their relationship, I couldn't deal with. Like, just having to mother someone else's crusty, dusty son.
Yeah. Yeah. His parents were lovely. They were so lovely.
They were absolutely lovely. And I totally get in this economy, like, living at home if you can, if it's a viable option.
But you can still have your head screwed on.
But you can provide for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. But, like, if you're an adult and you're living at home, you're clearly not fucking paying rent, the least you can do is pay your own bills.
Yeah, I agree.
Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, I
agree.
It's
not my job to teach you how to fucking do that.
Even if you're not paying them, you should understand how the world works.
Yeah, yeah.
You're 28.
Yeah.
But then, like, beyond that conversation, Nikki D is growing on me more and more, like, in terms of, I just think he is quite a nice person, right?
He's lovely, but he's very much giving doormat.
Yeah, he's giving mama's boy, like, you know.
Like, she's fucking ripping him a new one about everything, and he just takes it.
That's one thing I'll say is, and listen, I can be guilty of this because, like, my sense of humor is sarcastic and sometimes it can go too far, right? But she is so mean to him.
Yeah.
And she's not letting up, and, like, it's awkward to watch.
Yeah, and then, like, when Nikki D's meeting Hannah's brother.
That was horrible.
Hannah goes off to go to the bathroom or something, and then Nikki D's like, she is very mean to me. He's like, she will rip me a new one every single day. Like, he's like, since you've been here, I haven't even heard her say anything nice about me.
Yeah.
And, like, it's very telling. Like, you can tell that he just wants to talk to someone about it. Because, one, why are you talking shit about your fiance to her brother. But anyway.
Yeah.
But then her brother turns around and he's like, that's very much Hannah. Like, this is why we don't really get along all the time, because she is just, tells it how it is very cutthroat. Like, I love her, but she can be very mean.
She's just, she
and
doesn't know when to soften and like when to read the room.
But in saying that though, I feel like I'm very much like, I will be soft when people allow me to be soft. And I feel like because Nikki D doesn't seem like he has a lot of it together and like knows what he's doing, I feel like she has to be the kind of like strong, I don't know how to word it.
Like the alpha.
Yeah, like she needs to have an alpha personality, because he doesn't know how to fucking pay a bill. He doesn't know what BPay is.
Yeah.
So like, you can't be soft if someone's not allowing you to be that and lean into that, like feminine energy, I guess.
Like if she was someone who, like Tyler's personality in the pods, right?
Yeah.
And how it's like he's got everything covered and he's very reassuring and he's very confident.
Yeah.
If Nikki D had that same persona, I think should
be softer.
Relax.
Yeah, 100%. I think like, I feel like their dynamic plays a lot into how she interacts with him. Yeah.
But I do feel bad for him in the sense that like the way that she's ripping into him.
Oh yeah, but it's absolutely not justified. Like
it's not helping him.
She says is so mean.
Yeah, like
I would have cried.
It's making him like go backwards in a sense. Like it's not going to make him step up. But in that, I don't think that it's going to happen in their relationship. I think he has to figure that out on his own. Yeah. So then let's jump into Tyler and Ashley. So after we recorded last week and we were saying how amazing Tyler is.
Oh God. As the prophecy foretold, we have backed a fucking loser, everyone.
Turns out we're fucking idiots. Oh. So it came out, his story, and he says this to Ashley on the show, is that he was a sperm donor to like 3 kids. Yeah. Right? And
people he knew.
Yeah, people, it was like very, whatever.
Helping them out.
So that's one thing. She was upset because she was like, that's something you should have told me in the pods, because that's something I should have known before I said yes to marrying you.
Valid.
Very valid. But online is a very different story, because the baby mama is very adamant and she's posting receipts.
Oh.
To be like, he isn't just a sperm donor. He's an active father and the kids know him as their father. And there's like photos of him with the kids and he's wearing a t-shirt that says like daddy on it and stuff. Like, oh. So it's very, like, I'm leaning more towards the fact that he is more of a present father than, I don't think they were necessarily together. No. Right? But I think that he is still the father. The kids know him as the father.
Is it like a situation where like you have a friend, they really want a kid, but they're not with anyone. So you're like, you know what? We're good friends. I'll help you out. Let's boost.
Maybe.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I could see that happening.
My gut feel is like they were together. They had the kids.
So it was like a genuine relationship?
Potentially. And then they separated. I think she's now with a woman because I think she's bi. Yeah. And so I think that's where the sperm donor thing comes in. Right. But they're all very like amicable. Yeah. But he's still playing like it's a very weird family dynamic.
The sperm donor thing is like a half truth.
Yeah. Like, yeah. What he's not letting on is how active he is. It's how not just like, and I gave my friend some sperm. It's, I did that. But
I'm in their lives. They know I exist. They
like
know
I'm there at Christmas. Yeah. They're calling me dad.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah. That's very different.
So now we have to hate Tyler because he lied. But then just when you think, oh, okay, so we found the bad guy of the season.
Womp womp.
Stephen shows up.
This had me fucking flabbergasted.
I should have fucking seen the signs. Yeah. Because any man that is that sexual and all they talk about is sexual stuff and particularly like kinky stuff, they're always like this.
So there was like in one episode, they're on the honeymoon. Everyone's there. They're at like a little like dinner party or whatever. And there's fireworks going on. And all the couples go outside of the restaurant to watch the fireworks. And Stephen and Garrett stay back inside the restaurant because they're like mid-conversation. And so Monica comes back in after the fireworks show and she's like, oh, Stephen, thank you so much for being so romantic. Like, it was so nice to watch that firework display with you. Like, she was being real sarcastic because, like, they were having a bit of a row before the dinner party and Stephen didn't come out to, like, watch the fireworks with her. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I was just mid-conversation with Garrett. Like, you know, we just, like, I didn't want to, like, interrupt him to, like, go outside. And so they go off and they, like, have a chat, Stephen and Monica. And then Tyler comes and joins them for the conversation.
Oh, Taylor, sorry. Taylor, I thought I was thinking of Tyler.
No, Taylor.
Yeah.
Joins the conversation and Stephen's like, you know, we were just talking about how quick things are progressing with like our fiancés and like how this show's crazy and like what to expect when like we go back to our like lives in DC. Like, you know, it's going to be weird having like all these women flood my DMs and like offer to like suck my dick and like all this shit. And I'm like, and
yeah, everyone was like, how did we get here?
Even Monica's like, why are you talking about other women sucking your dick right now? Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm getting to a point. Like, just hear me out. And like, he was talking about like the temptation of like the status that they get once the show airs and like all of that. But just the fact that he was bringing it up, I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, as if you're thinking of that already.
Literally. And that should have been the first red flag. But then like, yeah, like all throughout the show, he's just talking about like sex and stuff. And it's just like.
He's always got a boner. He's like, oh my God, the wind blows and I have a boner. You know, this is just what men are like. You know, and then they're having this conversation on the couch when they're like living together. And it's very inherently sexual. And I can't remember what he was saying exactly, but it was just all very, he was like, you know, you treat me like a piece of meat, like when I come into the door, like in the door at night or whatever. And it was just, that's the red flag. And then, she finds out that he had been messaging other women.
Sliding into DMs,
trying to like hook up with other women, and it was all like very kinky,
just like sexting, pretty much,
sexting and stuff.
Yeah,
and he was meant to be at a fucking sleep study, apparently.
Yeah,
but then he was saying he was drunk at the sleep study, and you can't
drink on a sleep study.
I don't think he was doing a sleep study,
no,
by any means. Anyway, so she was. Fucking, she handled it so well.
Yeah, she did.
Immediately kicked him out. She was like, you can Venmo me for everything that you owe me, because he'd lost his job. Yeah. And she was covering his way. She was like, fucking Venmo me everything I've paid for you the last couple of days.
And then you can leave.
And I don't want to fucking... Yeah. The thing that I love the most, though, was... So that scene starts with like Taylor comfort, because they're all living in the same complex building. So Taylor comes in and she's like comforting her or whatever, and then she leaves for them to have the conversation. And then it isn't just Taylor that comes back. Garrett comes with her, and he's in his like little dressing gown and stuff. I
angel.
Love Taylor and Garrett still.
Yeah, same.
They are iconic. And have you seen Garrett's glow up?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, everyone's like, maybe he's single now, and that's no,
that's a woman's work. It might not be Taylor, but that is a woman's work.
Yeah, that's only
you got to know your craftsmanship, and you got to.
A man can't figure out how to dress and look like that. You kidding me?
Back on Stephen real quick though, it's just crazy how insecure men are and how quickly they project that insecurity. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that he knows that he's not, like, Monica's way too good for him in his batting. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, insane how quickly he fed into it.
And then as soon as, like, the conversation's over and he goes to leave, he's like, I don't deserve anything good. Like, and I fucking hate
self-sabotage. Yeah.
I hate it.
Play me the smallest fucking violin. Like, grow the fuck up, dude.
Shut up. Yeah. Okay, this isn't a woe is me moment. You fucked up. Don't play the victim right now. And then episodes prior, he was pulling the whole, like, you're too good for me. Yeah. If a man says that to you, you are. Just leave.
They're gonna, They're gonna fuck it up somehow.
They will use that as an excuse to walk all over you.
Yeah, you're too good for... Yeah, I am actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck my big fat toe and fuck off.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, loser mentality, to be honest.
The last one that I want to talk about is Ramses and Marissa.
Yes.
2 points.
Yeah.
When they met her mother.
Oh, yeah.
Her mother is terrifying.
Yeah.
That, and I get where she's coming from. I get it. Her mother was very just very blunt, very negative, very in Ramses's face, was basically like, I don't believe in long-term relationships. I think you're a fuckhead.
And you know what's crazy is how she's like, she's been fucked over by men before, like, you know, all the men that come into her life, they treat her like shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, you just need to treat her right, like all of this. And it's like, well, we know that, like, she has an issue with her stepdad. So, like, why didn't you fucking vet your fucking relationships a little better and have more care in that? Like, what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just be happy for her.
Have a little accountability.
Yeah, I agree. The mum was a bit much in my eyes because I think the mum was projecting.
Yeah, very
quite
much
heavily.
so.
And I think the mum needs to learn when to just be supportive.
Touch grass.
It was just too much. Like, this is the first time you're meeting this guy. He's
Yeah.
done nothing inherently wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're treating him like he fucking killed your firstborn child. So that was a lot. Also, Marissa's brother and Ramses look like siblings.
Marissa and Ramses look like siblings. Siblings or dating.
Yeah, that's a whole new level of... Like, when I saw
Yeah.
her brother, I was like, Ramses?
Who's who? Yeah.
Hello?
Why are there two
I
of
was
them?
like, oh,
a
she's
mirror?
fucking her
Yeah.
brother. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That was nuts. But then the one that I really want to talk about is, this was like how episode 9 kind of closed out. They're sitting on the couch in their apartment, and she's saying how she's like,
so glad you asked.
if they were to get full pregnant, because they're just raw dogging it, if they were to fall pregnant, she wouldn't mind. She'd be happy.
Yep.
Which is crazy to me, that you'd be happy to have a child with someone you barely know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I don't want kids.
Like, I
that
want
soon.
kids. Yeah, I want kids down the track, but I want to be able to have a couple of years to enjoy just being us.
Yeah. So he's like, I think that we should put some protection in place. And she's
Yep.
like, well, I don't want to go on birth control for personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, fair enough. Like, I support that. She's like, so, you know, I think we should just wear a condom.
Wrap
and
it
he
up.
goes, nah, it doesn't feel good if I wear a condom, and it should feel good for me. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, he's like, sex should be pleasurable for both people, and having a condom just isn't pleasurable for me.
I'm sorry, did we ask? Ramses?
Like, absolutely, sex should be pleasurable for both people, but sorry, the fucking thinnest layer known to man is not going to impact how good that feels
No.
for a guy.
No.
Sorry.
Like, you're telling me that you're this woke, progressive man, feminist, you know, doesn't believe in gender norms, but you can't wear a condom.
Grow the fuck up.
That
I beg your finest pardon.
That really, because I really liked Ramses.
Yeah.
Before. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I love Ramses.
Yeah.
Like, what a great guy.
Yeah,
And
we
then,
love Jack Sparrow.
and then that moment happened, and I went, oh,
You're a weasel as well. Yeah, no, that makes
one
sense.
of us.
Yeah.
One-
Fucking Stephen and
Tyler,
Tyler
yeah.
chanting from the sidelines.
One of- Like, are you fucking serious?
Like, just
okay, go get a vasectomy then.
contraception and men. I don't know what part isn't clicking. It's not that hard of a concept to grasp. Like, I just don't understand.
Like, you don't want kids, which is fine, fair enough. Okay.
Why should I have to put my body through hell to not get pregnant just so you can have a fun time?
Yeah.
What?
Right? Like, are you fucking serious?
Can you move?
Yeah, and it's just like expectation that the woman's gonna manage it, and she's gonna go on birth control, and she's gonna do.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Being birth control is actually really bad for your body,
Yeah.
particularly long term.
Yeah.
And women have to go through a lot when they're on birth control, and you just are like, just take a pill.
Also, while we're at it, if a woman agrees to be on contraception as a form of birth control and they're in a relationship, I 100% think that cost should be split 50-50.
Yeah, I agree. Just because I'm like, here, I'll have one tablet, you can have another if you think that that's going to justify the cost. But like, I shouldn't have to pay for the whole thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
This is benefiting both of us because we both don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
So you can help pay for it.
yeah. Here.
Yeah, like,
Here.
crazy.
So we all know the next bunch of episodes that come out this week are going to be like the most intense ones. Because this is what I've been waiting for. When they have that night out and all the other people from the pods come out.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really changed. I think that and Ramses's views on the military have really got her questioning a few things. And I think when Bodhi's presented in front of her,
she should have picked Bodhi.
As much as I want to say that, watch Bodhi also be a cunt.
Oh, no doubt. But I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So I
reckon he'd be down to have kids with her, and he'd be like, "Let's just enlist in the military altogether."
And I think he'd also have no problem wearing a condom. You know, just again the bare fucking minimum. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's that. So I'm excited because this next batch of episodes is always the best episodes. Yeah,
it's going to be killer.
And then I'm pretty sure they're filming the reunion this week.
Brilliant.
And the reunion's like the 30th of October or something, so it's close.
Shit, they're fucking churning through that editing process.
I'm ready.
Wow,
I'm ready.
give it to me.
Yes, I'm very excited. Oh, the other thing that I watched this week, I've watched 7 episodes, I think, of Starting 5 on Netflix. So Starting 5 is a basketball doco series which follows LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Jimmy Butler, Jayson Tatum, and Domantas Sabonis through the 2023-24 NBA season. I didn't know this until I read an article afterwards. It's actually produced by LeBron James's own production company called Interrupted.
Yes.
Yeah, how cool. Uninterrupted. That's cool. And it's also backed by Omaha Productions, which is owned by ex-NFL quarterback Peyton Manning, and Higher Ground, the Hollywood venture of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
Ah, go off. Damn.
So this series very much like follows them not only through like their professional career of that season and like the training and everything that happens behind the scenes, but it also follows them like in snippets of their personal life. So, you know, you meet LeBron James's family, and it's a lot about how much he values his family and interacts with his family. It follows like Anthony Edwards and the birth of his daughter. You get to meet Jimmy Butler's kids and his family, and has a heavy presence on like his father, and then it also captures like the death of his father. And then Jayson Tatum and like his relationship with his mum and his son, and Domantas Sabonis, like his relationship with his wife and his kids and all of that. So I think the underlying theme across the whole series, it very much shows that like they're good family people, but they're dedicated to their craft, and then the impact and the sacrifices they have to make with their family to be where they are career-wise. I'm loving it. Like, Netflix knows how to do a sporting doco.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. And they've picked 5 not only entertaining people, but they're funny. They come across as like charismatic. Like, they're good to watch. And I've learnt little bits and pieces throughout, but it's a very like just heartwarming watch. It's not something where you're watching and you're getting like insight into like tensions between like coaches and the teams or drama that I think people have wanted to see, because I read a Verity article and a New York Times article, and both of them, their biggest criticism of the documentary was that it's good, but it's not groundbreaking. And like the New York Times said, the basketball insights in the documentary aren't bad, they just aren't groundbreaking. Sports documentaries that break down all the drama only happen when players retire and all 5 players featured are still in the game. So they're basically saying, like, if you're a fan and you're expecting to see a lot of the goss and stuff, that's not this. And like Variety was saying that it felt heavily curated to pin these men as like, you know, the perfect family man, and like
which makes sense when you figure out who's producing and all of that, who's backing the series.
I also don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No.
Like, not every doco has to be like an expose or like cancelling someone. I think this is a nice heartwarming watch. And like the takeaway for me was I learned a lot about what goes into their training, particularly for players who have been long-standing and are older, like LeBron James. Like, it's more than just some running and weights and all of that. It's everything else that goes into it, but also like who they are as people and what they're like with their families. Like, I liked watching that, and I think it humanizes them a little bit.
100%.
No, I highly recommend it. It's long, like it's 10 episodes and they're like an hour each, so it's a slog to watch, but it's a nice, like, heartwarming watch to just have on, and it has lots of good basketball highlights from last season as well.
Yeah, it makes sense why it's so long because it covers the whole season. But yeah, I will watch it. Me and Nikki do want to watch that.
Yeah, there's a few people that have been like, oh, I want to watch it. Is it good? It's definitely good, so I'd highly recommend it. And you can just kind of have it on and go through it from there. So yeah.
The other thing I had to talk about, which isn't something that I watched, but I forgot to bring it up before, is the Met Gala theme for 2025 drops this week. So the Metropolitan Museum of Art on October 9, so the Wednesday that just went, announced that the theme for the Met Gala for 2025 is super fine, tailoring black style.
Oh, I have seen this.
Yeah. So Coleman Domingo, Lewis Hamilton, A$AP Rocky, Pharrell Williams, and Anna Wintour will co-chair the Met Gala next year.
Yeah.
Alongside honorary chair LeBron James.
I did see, yeah.
Yeah. I really like that theme. I reckon people will pull the fuck up for that one.
And what I like about this theme is, like, this is one that I feel like directly says to the men, step it up.
Yeah.
Don't just
Lift
show
your
up.
fucking game.
Yeah, like, fashion isn't just about
rock up
the woman.
in just a black tux and I will slit your throat.
Yes.
Respectfully.
And, like, all of those men, extremely fashionable, you know, they always step up. So I think they're going to set the bar, and I think this will be the year that we see more from men than ever before, which will be good because the men always let us down.
And pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, it's not just going to be like Jared Leto, Bad Bunny, and Lewis Hamilton pulling through, which will be good.
Now, also, because A$AP Rocky is a chair for next year, I hope that means that Rihanna makes an appearance.
Surely. She's coming as his guest.
Surely. And also Zendaya. Because she didn't go last year.
Yeah. Oh my God. And she'll have like Tom Holland in the cutest little outfit. I love it. Yeah.
Who else would you want to see?
I want to see Savannah James, like LeBron's wife.
Yes.
Do you know what would be cool to see as well? Bronny.
Gang gang.
I want to see Bronny come to the Met Gala.
I also want to see the two guys that play the Menendez brothers. Would love.
Oh, they're definitely
would love to see them get an invite because I feel like they would be a showstopper.
Okay, now that we're on it, I think that Renee Rapp should be there. You know Chapel Roan would go theatrical as fuck. So I think she deserves a spot there.
Charlie XCX.
Surely Charlie XCX is going.
Yeah.
Do we think Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Has Taylor Swift ever been to the Met Gala?
Yeah. Yeah. Surely.
Yeah, probably.
Surely.
I'd like to see them. I think Camila Cabello is a no-brainer. She'll be there. She's always there. Like Gigi Hadid will be there. Cara Delevingne will be there. All the
normal ones, yeah.
It would be interesting to see Gigi Hadid with Bradley Cooper.
Yuck.
But then because she's... And then like Ryan Reynolds and... what's her face?
Blake Lively.
So it makes sense for Travis and Taylor to go because they're the little like...
Gang. Yeah.
Bella Hadid and her cowboy boyfriend.
I want to see Lana Del Rey and Gator Man.
Yeah, actually, now that you bring it up, I want to see the swamp.
I want to see fucking Turtle Man and Lana Del Rey.
Yes. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want Lewis Hamilton's dog to go in a little suit.
Yes. What's his name? Rocco?
Love.
No. Roscoe.
Yes.
Roscoe?
Let's get Toto Wolff.
Yeah.
I want more Formula One hotties.
Yeah.
At the Met Gala.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, facts. So last week we did a poll on our Instagram asking people which book they would like us to read for October. So the options were Intermezzo, Notes on an Execution, FantasticLand, and I can't believe you guys know how to read. To
Now.
those who voted,
Now.
can't believe you guys know how to read. How the fuck do you think I've got show notes?
Yeah.
Riddle me that, folks. Anyway, so it was split 50-50 on a Notes of an Execution and Intermezzo. So based on that, I've been reading FantasticLand.
And on that, I have not been reading any of the above. So...
People must fucking hate us.
Yeah. Like, I will get to Notes on an Execution. Absolutely.
In my defense, I voted for FantasticLand, and I will be
You
reading...
went with your one only vote. I'm so glad the fans agree.
I'm going to be reading a Notes on an Execution next.
Yeah, I'll be reading that one next as well.
Which I will finish before the end of the month because I've almost finished FantasticLand.
Yeah.
I've only got like 2 hours to go.
Yeah.
So this book is amazing.
Yeah,
this
good.
has gotten
I'm glad.
me out of my reading slump.
Stunning.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It is very much, again, I haven't seen or read Lord of the Flies beyond the Simpsons episode. I can see how it's giving that.
Yeah.
This needs to be made into a TV show or a film. Like when I'm reading it, I'm seeing it as a film or a show. It's so good. I can't put it down.
I love that.
I love the way that it's written.
Awesome.
Like I was drying my hair this morning with my Kindle propped up, and I'm like drying my hair with one hand, tapping through pages on the other. So the way that it's written, every chapter is an interview with someone else who, sorry, people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me go back to what the book's about. So it's based on this theme park in like near Daytona Beach called FantasticLand. It's like not real. And it's meant to be like as big as Disneyland, right? And there's this massive hurricane that's about to come through called what's called Sadie. It's almost like it's honestly giving Hurricane Milton.
Yeah.
Right? Same kind of vibes. Anyway, so it's coming through, and FantasticLand, the management realized years ago that if anyone should, like, if they would have to evacuate the park, it was more cost effective for them to have a bunch of employees stay at the park and man it and like set up bunkers and resourcing and stuff.
So it doesn't get looted and stuff.
So that it doesn't get looted, because it was going to cost them more if the park got looted and like ransacked than it would to just pay a bunch of staff to be there for every single hour that they're there, right? Because they also thought that no one would be there for more than 72 hours should they have to be. So when people get a job there, they're asked, in the case of an emergency or an evacuation, would you be willing to stay at the park and work and be paid for every hour or not? And so there's about 300 people who say yes to that. And then I think around 250 actually stay for the hurricane, right? And it's a bunch of like late teens, early 20s, and then some like older maintenance guys and stuff. And so the hurricane comes, they're in this shelter at first, and then when the hurricane kind of passes through, they come out of the shelter, and then everyone kind of naturally gravitates towards the section of the park that they worked in or where their friends are. And each chapter of the book is written, it's like an interview with one of the people who was in the park during this period of time. And that's how the story is kind of told in progression. Nice. And it is so gripping, like the way that so quickly people just started murdering everyone, like each other. It blows my mind. I'm like, I could not ever imagine people doing that. Like I just like, oh my God, it's almost unbelievable. But then I'm like, no, I can believe how this would happen. And it's so good. I can't put it down. And I cannot wait to like read the ending.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
If people are looking for something to read, particularly something that's giving horror vibes or like thriller.
For Halloween, especially.
Yeah, it's giving October Halloween. It's a great pick, and it's easy to churn through. Yeah. I only started it this week, and like I said, I've got like 2 hours left.
Stunning. I'm so glad it was a good build.
You pick good books.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Biggest compliment ever. That, and like when people say that you smell good.
Which you smelled very good at Pilates yesterday, and I forgot to tell you.
Oh, thank you.
It was giving like something yummy.
Thank you.
Anyway, just do with that what you will.
I am reading Hidden Pictures by Jayson Rekulak. And this has also got me out of my reading slump. So I only started reading this yesterday, and I also only have a couple of hours left.
Oh!
Really quick read. If you want to plow through something short, sharp, and sweet, this isn't like super short, but it's shorter than what other books are. So it follows this girl, Mallory Quinn, sorry. And she's 21 years old, and she's been sober for 18 months. So she was addicted to
Oxycodone.
Yeah, that one. And she gets this job as a babysitter for this rich family. And she's looking after this little boy called Teddy, and he's sweet and like he's lovely. And the family have just moved into this new suburb, and he starts school after the summer. Like he starts kindy after the summer. So he's got to like keep him occupied for a couple of months before he starts kindy. And she finds out that he has this imaginary friend called Anya, and he starts drawing these pictures for Mallory. And I've got like an example of the picture, and the pictures are included in the book.
Oh my god, stop. That's how I draw.
Is that not fucking crazy? And then
that's
like
funny.
This one. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And then like.
Oh, okay.
And so Teddy tells Mallory that Anya will come to him. Like she lives under his bed, and she'll sing to him at night, and she only really comes out when other people aren't around. And so Anya will tell Teddy to draw these pictures, and the pictures are always of what has happened to Anya.
Okay.
And then it's just about how that unfolds, and like the Teddy's parents are very like science driven, not religious, so like they don't believe in ghosts or the paranormal or anything like that. And so Mallory's a little bit concerned because she's like, kids shouldn't be drawing like this. And like, yeah, it's normal for kids to have imaginary friends, but their imaginary friends shouldn't be telling them to draw pictures of other people strangling one another. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, I just want to see what happens. Like, I'm intrigued. And the pictures are a fun time. The little drawings.
Well, there you go, folks. You've got 2 October reads if you want to get spooky.
Very spooky. Very spooky.
And then I promise that Notes of an Execution will be next on my list. Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah. Agreed. We'll get to it next week.
Yeah.
So we're not listening to you. We're just not listening to you right now.
It was a suggestion. All of our polls are suggestions. And we appreciate it, but we had other ideas. But we had an overwhelming response on people wanting us to start a book club next year. So
that rocks me. I didn't think that many people would be interested.
Considering we don't often talk about books, like not often enough that I thought that people would care if we had a book club.
And considering we spoil every book that we read so you don't have to read it.
That's what Ingrid loves. Ingrid messaged and she was like, as long as I don't have to read the book because I listen to you guys so I don't have to read. And I was like, fags.
Sorry.
But maybe, do you know what? If we do start a book club, as normal, we are going to spoil everything in the books. But I think that you should be able to mark it in Goodreads as read because you've listened to the pod.
Yeah. Oh, that counts.
Yeah.
100% that counts.
So we'll do the heavy lifting and you guys can just mark it off and you can thank us later.
Yeah, period.
And I think as
You're
a
welcome.
return, all you have to do is give us 5 stars on Spotify or iTunes.
That's a fair trade. You're getting a book. We're
and
getting
you have
stars.
to tell your friends about us.
Yeah,
obviously. We've
obviously.
randomly had a surge of listeners in the US.
Wild.
I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Welcome.
God bless the troops. And
God bless America.
Gentlemen, start your
Oh my God, it's
engines.
Bathurst Day.
Happy Bathurst.
Happy Bathurst.
To all the bogans that listen.
All who celebrate, aka Mark and Matt.
Mark and Matt.
That's it.
Congratulations.
That's everything I had this week.
That's it.
Folks.
I need to get ready now.
You need to get ready. I'm ready to party. I'm gonna fucking boot scoot my way around Glenelg with a drink in hand. And let's hope the sun comes out.
It's not looking hopeful.
It's not, but we'll see what happens. All right, folks. Shabbat shalom.
Toodaloo.
And we will see you again next week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.